as Chris is probably cracking up over me.
We're here. Yay!
I'm not sure why I have a double. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Oh,
I think
we have to say thank you to Naveed, who helps us get on all this platform stuff.
yes, I
Thank
tell
you,
you, what would we do without him?
I don't know.
Why do we have an echo? Is your thing down too, Lisa?
It's all the way off. Yes.
I know. So is mine.
What
Because
about
I don't think I can go mute on Instagram. I just have it down all the way.
What about your computer? Is it down?
Well, no, because I won't be able to hear you, right? Anyway, you guys, what else is new? Here we are coming out of COVID. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope wherever you are at that you're trying to get out, do things, and all of that other stuff. So I don't think we're over it yet, but we're off to a better start this year during the summer and everything. So
yeah.
Anyway, I do not have the notes because Lisa sent them to me on a different email and they went to spam. And so I'm winging it. She'll keep me on track. So how about that?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to do good. Well, anyway, it is July. There's a lot happening. I hope you guys have been watching the show, Little People, Big World. I so appreciate it. Isn't it a crazy season this year?
Wow.
So many different dynamics happening. And great to see Jackson and Lila and my kids. That's always fun. And Chris and I are getting married, and you already know. Yes, we decided on the farm. Yes, we did. We decided on the farm. And one of the reasons we decided on that, because we kind of waited on picking a date. And the two other venues that I had, poof, went away. So anyway. So yes, thank you, Naveed. Thank you for keeping us on track and getting us technology in sync.
Yes.
Okay, you've got the paperwork. I don't, Lisa. So what's up?
Well,
thank you to our team.
Thank you to everybody. Shout outs to our viewers, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, 4 different platforms. And again, thank you, Naveed, for helping us put this all together. So that's amazing. Thank you. We also appreciate Aaron and Nick for always helping us on our marketing team, and Method Agency and Coruscant Media, which again is Naveed. So, hey, everybody.
Well, that's our team. We'd like to give them thanks and a shout out, because I wouldn't really be able to do what I do without people helping me out on social media and technology. In fact, we're going to try and figure out something on Instagram, because I'm kind of bummed that I cannot play those fun little music because of the way I have my Instagram set up. So that may change, because I think that's really kind of fun on some of the posts. So anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm having a little issue with my headphones, but I can hear everybody. So as long as you can hear me, I can hear you. I think we're all good, right? Okay.
Yeah, so let's keep rolling.
All right, here's some special shout outs to Little People, Big World fans. Susie Swan from Montana.
Which we all know is all of you, but we always like to do some specific shout outs.
Yes. So Susie Swan from Montana, Wilma Rodia from New Jersey, Josie Cook from Alaska.
Wow.
Ruby Cameron from Washington State. That's not far from us. And Amy Rustin from North Carolina.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for that. I so appreciate you guys watching. And, I've been doing this for a long time now. Lisa has graciously, and also Deb. Hi, Deb.
Oh, hey,
Deb. She may have her grandson over at her house. So anyway. Hi. Anyway, they so graciously agreed to be on TV, and we just have a really good time and everything. So like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, and I never forget I do forget to let you know, but just know that all of you mean so much to me, and I really appreciate your comments and your feedback and watching the show about our family. So I really, really appreciate that. It's one of the things that one of my first producers told me about that, and this was long before social media and all that stuff. So I truly appreciate all of you. I get to hear some of your stories sometimes. I try and read as many comments as I can on my cooking videos, on my social media. So anyway.
Very good.
And I apologize if I'm eating in front of you guys, but I got kind of hungry. But look at these. Ooh. These are local Bing cherries at the farmer's market. If you guys saw my post.
Yes, yummy.
Later on in this chat, I'll tell you about a cooking video that I was going to delete, but I decided to keep, and we're going to call it kind of like the bloopers because a very simple recipe went awry. Anyway.
I know, I can't wait to hear that. Hey, let's do some shout outs to people online. If you want to jump on and get them to.
Yeah, can I do those? Oh, someone said they love cherries.
Yes.
And someone said, do I know the 7 Little Johnsons? I don't know them well, but I have met them at the Little People of America conference and stuff. So yes, I have met them. Let's see, what else? Rebecca. Man, these comments go by so much, so quick. Thank you for watching my cooking videos.
Angie from Florida says hi. Hello from Jerdy.
We got Virginia on Instagram, YouTube. We got some YouTube. Hello from Arizona.
Very cool.
Oh, thank you. It's the shampoo really makes my hair fine. Someone said they like my hair because I did I got my hair done today.
Today. Doesn't it look gorgeous? I love
hi
it.
from Jamaica and Florida.
From Jamaica? I was just there last week.
I know.
Wow.
Okay, why isn't this going? Instagram, are you happening here? Oh, there you go. Missouri. Raymond, Missouri.
Bahamas.
So, yeah, Ontario, Canada. I mean, Minnesota. Okay. A lot of people tell me that they do not like the Midwest or the upper Midwest in the summer because of all the mosquitoes. But if you live in Minnesota, if you live in Michigan or Wisconsin and stuff, they're irritant, but you just get used to it. And so, yeah. Anyway.
Very
so
cool.
Anyway. So hello. Oh, hello from the Thumb area of Michigan. Thank you. Wisconsin, Alabama. Oh, we've got Gardner, Kansas. Oh, someone from Oregon. Oh, hello.
I love
New
it.
Jersey. Broadview Heights, Ohio. Okay, there's a long message here, but we don't have time to read that one here, but I hope I can find it later on. So anyway.
Okay.
There are a lot. You guys had some really good questions, and we're going to try and get to every single one of them. I'm going to try and do a Q&A, meaning I'll read your question briefly and a very quick answer because I so appreciate you guys. Oh, here's Riverside, Arlington, Texas, Savannah, Georgia, Iowa, Brazil on Instagram, Venezuela. Hello.
McKinney, Texas.
You know what? I want to say hello, world. Oh, what about that song, Lisa? And it's a wonderful world. Who sings that? What is it? Skies are blue. Rainbows too. I can't remember it.
Well,
but anyway. Louis Armstrong. Isn't it Louis Armstrong? No, it's not Louis Armstrong. Is it?
And his daughter. No, not Louis Armstrong, but his daughter took over. We'll figure it out. You guys help us. You guys know the song.
It's a wonderful world. Because you guys are all here from everywhere. I just what a wonderful world. It is Louis Armstrong. That's what they're telling me. Anyway, just seeing you guys from everywhere, that song just happened to pop into my head. So
I love it.
Anyway.
I love it. Well, hey, Here we are, the first week of July already, Amy. How can that be? Right? Lots of
No.
hot weather here in the Pacific Northwest, and we've got some great episodes to cover today.
Okay, since I don't have these little notes that Lisa does for me all the time, we're going to kind of create this like a little mini talk show.
Yeah.
And so she's just going to throw questions out at me or give me an idea of where we're going, and then we can respond and talk
If I
about
use
it.
some signs, some signals, we're going to figure it out. I might go, oh, this one, this one.
Well, I'll tell you, people, if it's not technology, it is something else.
Well, my headphones aren't working, but I can hear you, so I'm kind of
good.
weird today too. But anyway, okay, so we have a giveaway each time. So we are going to have another giveaway. The 4-pack natural soy candles. Did you have any of those laying around?
Well, they're upstairs because I like to light them in my bedroom or my bathroom and
okay.
stuff, so.
Well, that's good. But we're going to give away 4 of the 4-pack soy candles, one from a Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube participant. You need to wait for the code at the end of the show. I will reveal what that code is, and you can type it in, and then we'll pick 4 winners. So hang on, because we're going to have some giveaways.
Well, wait a minute. Are we able to announce who those winners are at the very end, or are we going to do it next time? Yes,
we have somebody, a random person choosing those winners. So we'll be able to do that closer towards the end. I won't do it at the exact end, but towards the end.
So, I think one of the questions I would have loved to have asked people is like, now that COVID, depending on where they are at, now that COVID is kind of letting us do a little more things in our states, in our communities and stuff, what is the one thing that you guys miss and you're now able to do? Because it's hard for me to answer that question because I work out of my home, or I'm at Zach and Tori's house, or Jeremy and Audrey, and we work out of our home. So I don't think we've truly have faced like the brunt of COVID in the sense of you had a job and now you got to work out of home. I don't have kids. So I'm not now homeschooling and trying to find out where's our study area, where's my home office area, or, a lot of my family is, out of state. So it's not like, I did go see my dad. In fact, we'll talk about that. Yes. But I don't know. I'm just kind of curious as to figuring out.
Saying now, I can see it on the sideboard already. They're saying travel. Big time,
restaurants,
vacation, travel, restaurants.
Seeing family. Oh, attending church. Oh, isn't that the truth? But you know what? I'm really kind of liking the online too, but it is nothing compared to attending church in person and being with everyone. So
yeah,
I agree with you on that one.
Visiting friends, shopping, eating out with friends.
Yeah.
Family gatherings.
Church and hugging. Yeah.
So many people.
I know she did freeze for a little bit, but hopefully we'll keep going, people.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, am I there?
Oh, the little town picnics. Someone may live in a small town, so the little town picnics. Oh, I so agree. The movies. I'm really surprised that the movies have been able to hang in there on some of them.
I know. I know. Have you been to a movie since?
No.
Me either.
I haven't.
It's kind
because they were shut down for so long, and yeah,
I'm used to just ordering one on my TV. And
look, someone said she got to finally see her mom after 2 years. Can you imagine?
Oh.
See, to me, it's I can only imagine that, just because, well, my mom has passed away now, but just being out of state, I'm hoping that I got to see him, for like 10 days out of a year, flying back to Michigan.
I know. Somebody said there was an earthquake today in California. Did you hear about that?
I know I haven't, because I've been all over the place today.
Gee, praying for you guys. All right, Amy, let's get going. We've got season 22 of Little People, Big World.
Can you believe it, you guys? Season 22.
22.
It's a life that just keeps on going. Always something happening.
Well, let's catch up.
Okay.
We're going to start with episode 6. We said 5, but that's so far down the road. I thought we'd start with 6.
Well, we
where
could
it
do
was your
some
last
random
week of pumpkin
questions or
season,
something
and
like
you
that.
enjoy seeing everybody.
Wait, what?
Hello, are you there? You enjoy seeing everybody at pumpkin season. That's something that you'll
yeah. Okay.
continue to do.
Yeah, we were finally, Matt, I thought, tell you the truth, I thought Matt did a fabulous job trying to figure out what pumpkin season would look like, during COVID. We were really kind of amazed at the amount of people that came. It was all on reservation, so we could only have so many people on the farm.
Oh,
So that
wow.
people would be spaced out. They could only stay, I don't know, maybe an hour, hour and a half, or something like that. We did have some food vendors, an open area. I think our biggest takeaway from pumpkin season was the reservation system. It's amazing how that helped us. I don't know what Matt is going to decide, but I think we're going to have the reservation system this October. So if you all want to come out to pumpkin season, keep checking the website, because it helps us to control better the crowds, because people come from all over, and we just always felt bad that, yes, it did get crowded some weekends, but if you're traveling 3 hours away, would you like to say, oh, sorry, you can't come here anymore? You can't come today.
Right.
So we just let people in because we just wanted to see them, and we know that they traveled so far. And so I think the reservation system will really help. So, but like I said, I'm not sure what he's doing. But to your question, I may not be at the farm, but I still participate because I do enjoy meeting all of you. In case you guys bring kids, I like to dress up, and that's just a really fun time. And so, yeah.
Yeah. And you're really the heart of the pumpkin season, because you're the one that actually stands out and greets people all day. And I mean, sometimes Amy won't even have a bottle of water. I have to go out there and give her water, and there's a line with photos. And so, yeah, that's.
Or Chris will come and I'll say, hey, Chris, can you go get me something to eat from the vendors?
That's awesome.
But no, you're right. I stay out there all the time. And yeah, I know. I just enjoy meeting all of you guys. And a lot of you guys want to take a photo, or a lot of you guys want to chit chat or ask me questions. And I just think it's a great interaction. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Mary Holiday asked if you'll have new costumes for this season. That's kind of interesting. Do you go shopping for costumes every year?
Well, you know what? It's so interesting. I do try maybe get one or two, especially if I picked one out the following year and I'm like, okay, I don't want to wear that again, type of thing. So I will try and get a new costume, but I will usually, and that's why, I have so many costumes. That's why I don't wear one costume the whole weekend. I will wear a different one each and every day.
That's very cool.
Well, that's a lot of costumes, people.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
In your garage, you have boxes of them. I know.
Like I was a baseball player one time, so I don't think I'm going to do that one again.
Oh, that was our shirt.
Yeah, I was kind of like the girl athlete because I used to coach Jacob in soccer. So I had a soccer ball out there. I had a little baseball. So Jackson and I got to do, well, you might not have seen it on the show, but, hitting the bat, throwing the ball. So that was all kind of fun.
Very cool. Okay, we've got so much to cover. I'll try to go through some of this. The friendly cannon war, how was that when you shot Matt with the cannon in the field?
Oh, that was fun. Oh, come on, people. It's like a video game. Boom, boom. The object is to hit the person.
And I saw that Karen and Chris tried to hit you and Matt, but they couldn't even get close. So that was a funny scene. I like that. Well,
it's funny because I think it's an air compressor cannonball type of thing. And so poor Chris, I think the air compressor or whatever was losing its power and stuff. And but no, they couldn't get us. I was much better at it.
Poor Chris. Oh, well, the episode also touched base on Lila, that she was having a vision issue
Yeah.
and that she had a misalignment of her eyes. And they showed that she needed baby glasses to try and correct. And then Zach had mentioned with dwarfism, for surgery, anesthesia is kind of a tough thing. So is that something that you're familiar with, people with dwarfism?
Well,
Is that a
I
big deal?
am not personally familiar with it because I didn't really directly have any surgeries related to be a little person except having C-sections. And even then, I was probably a stubborn woman. Oh no, I'll do the
Really?
epidural. I can do that. It
Really?
wasn't until I had Jacob and I think I still went through with the epidural, but there was a slight thing that happened and I thought, oh, okay.
Oh,
Now I get
oh,
it. It was very, very scary because he wasn't born yet, but it was very, very scary because I thought, and you're half drugged already. So I'm talking to the doctor or whoever the doctor was. I'm like, are you sure you know what to do here? Because I
yikes.
felt that. I felt the like whatever it was go up my leg or back or whatever. I said, I am perfectly fine being out. I don't need to be awake if, there's some reason, because you may not always get the same
Anesthesiologist.
anesthesiologist.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
with most types of dwarfism, it is an issue because our spine is so
That's
compact, and so there's not enough space, do the needle in the spine to numb it. Anyway,
interesting.
so they're just keeping an eye on Jackson with his bowed legs because this might be a young age, and so I'm just so glad and proud of them that they are just so on top of it, so proactive. And I think it's good to have a doctor see him right now and also see him if the possibility does arise that he does need leg surgery. So you have comparisons. You can see the time span. With Lila, I don't know if it's a common thing with her eyes in dwarfism. I don't think it is. It's just something that can be corrected. And if she does need any little minor surgery, then it's not a big thing. But as a parent, you always wonder if your kids have to go to the doctors and have anything happen to them. So, but beyond that, Lila is doing great. Jackson is such a great big brother, and I know you guys don't. I know you guys don't get to see my other kids, but Ember, oh my goodness. I just saw a little videotape of her in her doing ballet and tap.
Yeah,
it was
ballet
so
costume.
cute. And I think Audrey posted on her Instagram, she's doing a little bit of gymnastics. She walked the beam and, they got her into soccer. And, I don't think Jeremy and Audrey could care less what she's involved in.
Yeah.
But this is the age to kind of just expose them and see if they even enjoy it or like it or want to do it the following year. Each year, at least I did with my kids, I always checked in with them.
Yeah.
Is this something you want to sign up and do? But I will tell you, this is what it means if you want to do that. There's practice, there's games. And so, we need to do that.
Very
But
cool.
anyway, just so fun.
Okay.
Everyone's doing good.
Good. Okay, here's a great one. Chris moves his stuff to the house. His garage looks like yours when you were moving. LOL. I don't know if people got a chance to see that. It was a quick snippet that I think you guys took self-video of, but man, his garage was packed. Packed.
And he just has one person.
I know.
There's just one of him.
You had 30 years of your whole family that you had to pack and get rid of, and it was just him. But Angela Sky said, I was shocked by Chris's garage. We just had to point that out. I thought that was funny.
Do. Well, Chris is a great guy. I love him. I just absolutely love him. But
he's a good guy.
But you know what? The thing about, getting married the second time, later in life, I think I probably mentioned this before. He's lived he's lived. We both have lived, what, 2/3 of our life, and there's a lot that has happened. And so now to come together and look forward to, I don't know, the last third of our life, there are definitely, things that I think will, continue to work on and work out. I'm beginning to realize that he is a little more particular and he likes things in order. Well, being a parent, at least for me, I can only speak for me, order didn't really happen. I mean, you got kids all over the place, you got friends coming, and then eventually you got a reality show involved, and then, being married to Matt, you got projects, and we got to do this and that. Order, I don't think I would have done well with order, but order wasn't able to really happen. And I didn't want to be like a, how should I say, a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I think, Chris will bring out some elements that I need to work on. It might be a little harder for me to kind of help him to chill, but
cool.
We're happy to be together.
Well, this is cool. One of the fans, Bridget Collins, is getting married on the same day you are.
Really?
Yeah. So you guys set your date. We saw that in episode 6. A lot of chit chat with Chris and Matt. We can talk about that later. Wedding and timing with Matt building his house. So I don't think he hasn't started to build his house, right? He's waiting.
Well, he's starting to build something, but I don't think it's his house. Yeah, it's kind of like the garage part. And I don't know if you guys, I don't know what they're doing. They're probably going to do more of that if we do any more episodes. They're probably going to do more of that then. But I was really surprised that the garage was so close as it was to the wedding barn area.
Oh, well, we better not say any more about that because that hasn't been filmed.
Well, I think he posted some stuff, but he, as always, he gets a new machine, new equipment. I mean, I know all you guys love it. New tools and all sorts of stuff. So he's got a wood planer thing. So yeah. Well,
another scene was really cute was soup night. I know you've done those quite a bit, and it was fun to see your new neighbors, Dave and Brandy, and then Art and Lisa Fletcher, long-term friends that you've had. But I thought that was a cute scene where Chris was you guys discussed if he's wearing a suit or a Hawaiian shirt. So I guess we're going to have to wait to see that.
This guy, he's not just this guy. He's my fiance. I think he was brought up in a sarcastic humor environment. That's all I got to say. He loves razzing me. Sarcastic humor,
Oh, yes, he does.
He loves razzing me. To this day, I'm not fully confident if he's actually going to wear a suit. Maybe he'll have a Hawaiian tie. He could be in jeans and a Hawaiian shirt because it's going to be hot. It's in August. I have no idea.
Yeah.
If he wants to wear jeans, then he better wear cowboy boots or something and a very nice shirt.
Are you open to that?
Well, you know what? Blake Shelton. But see, Chris isn't really country. So I'm like, no, that doesn't work for you. That doesn't work for me.
Just wore nice jeans with Gwen Stefani at there.
Yeah, but he wore a nice coat and a white shirt and that.
So you'd be okay with jeans and cowboy boots for Chris for getting married?
Well, he would have to have
the spot here because this is news to me.
Well, of course it is, but I saw Blake wearing it. Blake Shelton. Congratulations, Blake and Gwen.
How far is Chris right now? Where is he in your house?
Oh, he's in his office or something.
Oh.
Anyway. No, I told his best man he needs to wear a suit. I mean, I'm traditional. I like, anyone else can wear whatever. I just tell people, please don't wear cutoff shorts, okay?
No,
my dad's coming.
He's classy. Chris is a great guy, and he does care what you think. So, but now
he's having fun, not really giving me a confirmation. That's all I gotta say.
I know.
He's like, well, just like I can't see your dress, well, you're not gonna know what I'm wearing. And so when I open up the barn door, that'll be the first thing I see.
And don't run if you don't like it.
Oh, no.
You're going to have to handle it. Oh, I love that. Okay. Well, let's get to episode 7.
By the time that happens, I'm going to be
Yeah.
so excited in my dress. I'm like, who cares?
Right, because you'll look gorgeous. You'll look gorgeous. Okay, episode 7, Lila's first birthday, keeping it simple due to COVID. Oh my gosh, was she the cutest in her chair? Tori did a great job in her high chair. She put balloons around it. And
Oh, yeah, her first birthday?
Donut party.
Oh, yeah. God, man, it just seems so long ago.
I know.
No, Lila, I tell you, she is so coming into it. It took her a while. She still could, like, if I were to go over there and see her, she would probably cry because she's a little more hesitant and sensitive to, like, new things when it comes to people. She's very attached to Jackson, her dad, Zach, and Tori, and mom, and everything, because I basically haven't seen them, 3 weeks, because I was in, they're gone. They just got back. They were gone for the 4th of July. I didn't see any of my kids over the 4th of July. So it's been a while since I've seen my grandkids.
Oh.
And I'm kind of missing them. But yeah, as all of you guys, I'm enjoying my grandkids through social media, and yet they only live like 15 minutes from here.
I know.
The one thing that I tell people, though, is it's a lot different for them raising their kids than it was me, because they grew up in here. So they've got a lot of their friends, and, they have Audrey's parents and friends around. They have Tori's, so they have a lot of, outlets that I raised my kids. I really didn't have those early friends and reminiscing and going down college or high school and stuff. So they keep busy and work and stuff like that.
But I do have to say, they filmed a lot of Matt and Karen babysitting the kids, but it's just that you've also had the kids. You've had Jackson and Ember on overnights, and it's just that part was filmed. You've also had the kids. It just hasn't been filmed, where a lot of people are questioning why. Yeah. And again, remember, this is just a snippet in their lives. This isn't 24/7. So for all of those out there saying, what's Amy doing? She's not babysitting. Why are Matt and Karen always having the kids? You have them too. It's just that they're not filmed at some of those times. So
usually, and why that is, I'm not really sure, but no, I generally have Ember and Jackson over for sleepovers, which is a blast. And I have to do that again, and I have to work out a day because, scheduling and vacations and activities. I mean, I know how it is being a, parent with young kids. You got a lot going on. So, I am often with that. But no, I have not babysat Jackson and Lila. And a lot of it may be because, Matt's on the farm or whatever it may be. But they definitely know I'm available. And when that time comes, I'll be there.
Yeah. Well, and I just wanted to bring that up because that was kind of
that is true.
The heat of the moment this week with all the tabloids were trying to start something. And I thought, let's just end this and answer it right now. You babysit just as much. It's just that you aren't on camera doing it. So just an FYI, people.
Those tabloids, they'll spin it in a different direction, just like my show spins a snippet.
I know. I wanted to say, so you do have somebody living in the farmhouse right now, Karen Thomas, who's a farm manager. So just so everyone knows.
Well, no, she's not a farm manager. She has helped out. Matt has known her ever since we moved to Oregon. She was like an admin assistant for a VP or, one of the managers where he worked. So he's known her for a long, long time. They were off building a house and delays after delays. And then with the building costs, so they had sold their house. They needed a place to stay. And with the farmhouse up in limbo, which I don't even know what's going on, Matt decided to, rent it to them, on a temporary basis.
Right.
And so they're still trying to figure out, what they're going to do.
Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the family Christmas party at the farm. I thought that was a very cute scene. You guys created a Santa's workshop, and for Jackson's age, that is like, those are his magical years anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm sure in his mind, when that train came through and everybody
Well, I'll
was
tell you a little
together.
backstory to it because I'm not sure if it was said in an interview or on TV. I can't remember because I think that episode aired when I was in Michigan, and my dad doesn't watch a lot of TV. He doesn't have cable, so it was hard to get internet and all that other stuff. But anyway, Chris had such a blast being Santa. He was a little hesitant at first, but he had so much fun. But when Zach and Tori told us that Jackson was very intimidated by Santa, meaning when they took him to go see Santa, he cried and, all that other stuff. Well, Chris didn't want him to be afraid of him and everything. So that's why you see him not with the hat and the beard, and so that Jackson could see his face. But when he sat down on the chair, he goes, "Well, look what I got in my, Santa hat, Jackson." So he pulled out the beard. He might have pulled out something else. He pulled, and then he put on the hat, just
The
so
beard was
that.
a little funny.
What?
The beard. That was kind of a funny beard.
It's an inexpensive beard. So anyway, so
Dollar
that
Tree.
Jackson could realize, yeah, he's dressed up as Santa, but it's still Chris. So
That was very cute. Very cute.
it was fun.
And then having Zach try to drive that train. I mean, and it's nighttime and bumpy. And anyway, I think that was brilliant.
It was a very good Christmas moment, and especially having it during COVID. It was just nice to do something Christmassy. And I did the food and everything. So it was really just about Zach and Tori and family coming over and just sharing a little bit of Christmas.
Very cool. Okay, now we're going to get to the juicy part, people. Amy and Chris tour the farm for the wedding. You're looking at the farm as a wedding venue. You got sandwiched in between Chris and Matt. How did that really feel?
Oh, listen.
Let's talk here. This is the only place you're going to hear about this.
Okay, let's be real, people. Okay.
That was weird.
Yes. Did I feel a little awkward? Absolutely. Was it the best situation that I would have probably preferred I was not in? You got that right. But, I have learned over the years, just being a little person, just with life, sometimes you just learn to adjust and make the best of it. This is a farm I've lived on for 30 years. I think, as we said in the show, this is where Chris met me as well, is on the farm. And so when he had mentioned that, because I was very, very hesitant, it's like, farm, I don't want to get married on the farm. I left the farm. But when he had mentioned that and told his perception and story of it, I thought, you know what? Yeah, there are two sides to a story. And I had to really take into consideration Chris's side. This is where he met me. This is where he got to know me, was when I was living in the farmhouse, when we were taking walks around the farm, and we, had a couple of gatherings in the pool and, and everything. So to him, there's a lot more positiveness about the farm than anything at all, where, I have a whole, 34 years.
I know.
31 years of the farm. And so,
Yeah.
I had to reconcile that within me. But yes, it was still awkward. It was still awkward.
And I think Chris kind of, again, with his sarcastic behavior, hey, come sit up front with us. And I'm like,
oh, brothers.
Okay, there's a limit. Okay, have a limit here. It's funny, but not to Amy.
Oh, that guy.
Amy was a real trooper and made it happen. So that was pretty cool.
Well, you know what? I think a lot of that has to do with just being a mom. We, the amount of things that we either put aside or we compromise, or we just kind of shift to make it work, because making it work is a whole lot better than some other crazy scenario.
Yeah. Interesting. They asked Zach and Tori to discuss the wedding at the farm because you guys decided to have the wedding at the farm. And again, I was, in different interviews, I said I was against just because of knowing your feelings and what's happened. But it's your wedding and I'm supporting you guys no matter what. It's not for me to say. And I think now that you've explained and how it's all kind of coming out, it's great that you are having it there, your last hurrah pretty much. And
it pretty much will be.
With a big bang.
But the other thing is too, we still don't know what's going to happen to the farm.
Mm-hmm.
The farmhouse,
you guys still don't know.
Who knows? I'm just really surprised that, the pressure I felt getting off of the farm and nothing happening. It's taking so long, but anyway.
That was, I don't even know how to reply to that because it wasn't fair, but it happened, Yeah.
But anyway, in regards to Zach and Tori about the wedding, what?
Oh, yeah. So they said that Tori said they weren't fans of you getting married there and that Matt would place a flower pot somewhere and Amy would say, "Why did you do that to me?" I think that tension's pretty much gone between you and Matt. Don't you agree that?
I think,
maybe not.
I still think it's a process. And I give big kudos to people who got divorced and are still great friends with their ex. I mean, big kudos to you. But I don't think we can assume that happens in every situation because obviously it doesn't. And then there's some really, really bad divorces, which thank God we didn't, go through that. Yeah. But to me, divorce is hard. And I think for me to figure out what this new normal is, it's still a work in progress. I think with Chris, it's a little bit easier. He knows Matt in a different scenario, and just because of his life and family life.
He doesn't know the history like you do.
He doesn't know the history, but also I think it's just experience and living life. His life has shown him something different when it comes even remotely to anything like this. And so to me, it's, I'm the first one in my family. I mean, this is like big stuff. And so I think it's a work in progress. But as I said on the episode, though, I'm really glad that Chris can have a conversation with Matt and he's okay with, going to the farm and just being around him because, I want to hang out with my grandkids. And I know sometimes that's going to happen at the farm or it's going to happen with Chris, with Matt and I together. And I'd love Chris to be with me. So I look at it in a different perspective now instead of so much inward and just about me. I have someone else in my life who's obviously is very important to me. And so I'm glad that he can carry on a conversation and, absolutely doesn't want to be a part of it. I'm glad he wants to be a part of it. So for me, it's still a work in progress, but I in time, I see it easier. I mean, he's the father of my kids, the grandpa of my grandchildren. And, I'm glad my kids maintain whatever relationship they have with their dad. And so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. They still have their dad and they have a relationship with him. So that has to be respected and just, again, kind of, I think Matt put it in one of the episodes, you compartmentalize things. I think everybody does when they've got some trauma and when it's a hurtful situation, but at the same time, you just want to move on.
Well, it's like that example we used to give, I think we talked about, and again, I apologize, people, if we're repeating some stuff that I've mentioned before. But if you go into any family, and once you've raised the kids into teenagers or even college life, and you ask each kid within that family, so what did you think your mom and dad and you growing up? Most likely, every single kid is going to give a different opinion, a different perspective. But yet they were in the same environment.
Yes.
So, I mean,
Yes.
so this is from my perspective, and I'm not saying I did a great job at it, but I work hard at trying to, you know, work it out within myself, but also not to create an environment where my kids, I know they already do, but where my kids will feel too awkward just having Matt and I in the same room. I really don't want that to happen.
No, no. Okay, here's a couple direct questions.
Yep. Hang on here. I'm going to turn on the light here. Hang on. Go on.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. She just left me here, people. Well, I hope everyone's having a good time. Oh, there she is. That was quick. I thought I was going to have to do a spiel.
No, I thought it was getting dark, so I thought I'd turn on my kitchen light here.
Got it.
So
Got it.
anyway.
Yeah. So I think, again, the hurtfulness, there are things that we always will have, but again, you need to move on to have that civil relationship for your kids.
Hey, I've got a new life happening here.
A beautiful life. So let's talk about the wedding for a minute before we go to episode 9. So a couple questions.
Yeah, we got to cruise on because I want to get to some of the questions from the people.
I know. So I'll do this if we get too long on our.
Oh, like Carol Burnett?
Yeah.
I'd go like this. Isn't that like the movie The Sting? No,
I did, but you didn't notice.
No, but isn't that like the movie The Sting?
Yeah.
Paul Newman did that to Robert Redford.
Gosh, it was an awesome movie. I saw it like 20 times.
Carol Burnett did the ear tag, and
yeah.
But I think Paul Newman, they just went.
Yeah. Okay, so we know you have a dress. You're very traditional, so people can try to guess. It's not going to be revealed until the day of the wedding, just like Chris's
my dress,
is not going to be revealed. You're having it at the farm. We know that. We're having it at the farm. Bridesmaids, as far as that goes, I'm the only bridesmaid, and Rick is the groomsman or the best man, just to kind of.
Deb is a huge part of it. I really want to give kudos to her because you two are really helping me.
Yes.
Pull this off. So, though Deb is an official bridesmaid, she's helping out at a lot. So, thank you, Deb.
Yes, thank you. Will the wedding be televised? We think so.
I think so. I'm not, absolutely sure at this very moment, but you'll just have to wait and see.
Working on it.
But if it is, guess what? You're all invited.
Ooh.
A month later, but you're all invited.
Very cool. That's very cool. Okay. Let's see. On episode 9, you did ask Matt if the offer was still open, and he said yes for the farm, and you gave the date, August 28th. I know you were saying there were certain things Chris asked, like, are you going to share with Matt some of the wedding planning? And you had mentioned that's kind of weird to discuss that with your ex. So
the thing is,
Matt going to know about the wedding?
I think when it comes to a venue, okay, hey, these vendors are coming in, this is parking. I've got a parking attendant coming. Just by the fact that, we've had this happen to some of the kids' weddings, and I don't want random people showing up. So I have a parking attendant, and just letting them know venue-related things. But I don't think Matt needs to know, how many people are in my wedding, or, I don't know, am I having flowers or something? So, yeah. Yeah,
cool. And you and Chris are going to write your own vows, right?
Yes. And, Chris's may be a couple sentences, or mine may be a couple sentences, and his is a whole paragraph. Mine may be a paragraph. His may be a couple sentences. I didn't do that at my first one, and I know my kids have done it. And I just think it's a really, special moment. And And I don't know, I just think for he and I, this is his first wedding, and we're kind of going into our
Only wedding.
last third, of our life. And I don't know, I just think it's really neat.
Yeah.
Very special.
Cool. I thought it was funny when Matt was distracting Chris when you guys were talking about the wedding plans with his log cabin plans.
Oh, yeah.
Chris seems to kind of, I think he's intrigued by some
It's
of the
a
things
guy
that Matt
thing,
does.
though. It's a guy thing.
It's
You
a
got
total guy.
You got tools. You got, you're building this. And, we're both bummed that we don't have a 3-car garage, and Chris doesn't have his own little workshop in his garage. And, so see how long we're in this house. But, it's a guy thing. But I'm like, okay, another time for that, because we're talking wedding here.
Yeah, wedding. Another big question that keeps coming up is, are Matt and Karen invited to the wedding?
No, they are not.
Okay. I'm going to move on after that.
Well, I mean, it's like, no.
No, I know. I hear you.
Too much history. It's nowhere near that kind of relationship that I would want my ex at my wedding.
Yeah, yeah. And I think
With his
they
girlfriend.
understand that too.
With his longtime girlfriend.
Yeah, I hear you. She did even say that on one of the episodes, that she had been with him for a very long time, very long time boyfriend, which I thought was interesting. But
sorry, guys, I had to go for a minute because I dropped my cherries on the floor, and you know what I was afraid of? That Felix would get them.
Yeah, we don't want Felix to get them.
No, I don't. That would not be good.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, so then Chris, again, kind of talking, they keep bringing this up, and I think we can make it pretty clear, but, they keep trying to make Matt and Chris look like they're buddies and things, but Matt and Chris were sharing some stock tips via text. And again, I think part of this is trying to kind of get your goat.
Oh my God, why am I such an easy target? Why am I such an easy target? It's like, what is wrong with me?
I'm like, what are they doing? Why are they doing that to her? But that is part of TV.
I think part of it is to get my goat. I think Chris definitely knows how to do it. I don't think Matt necessarily does. But yeah, they're just trying to get my goat, and man, I am an easy target. I tell you that. And no, I'll put my foot down on that one. If they talk stock, great. I mean, that's just a guy, non-essential conversation type of thing. Yeah. Now, if Matt starts talking to Chris about Karen and Chris talks to Matt about me, it's like, okay,
that's creepy.
The line has been crossed. Has that happened? No.
They're not.
But if it did, the line was crossed.
You put your foot down on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This was a great scene. You and Chris were talking finances together, and you opened a joint checking account.
Yes.
I liked what you had to say that you had.
Okay. I just want to say something about that.
Yes.
This is where you get to know that Chris is a little picky. He likes things in order. I do not leave doors open and drawers open every single day.
No.
Have I done it? Yes.
What about all your cups of coffee with flies? I have not seen that either.
Okay, I don't even know what he's talking about in that one. But I will say, though, because I have so many coffee cups, I don't know what it is, people, but it's like, oh, I'm in the mood for this coffee. And I'll drink it in the morning. I'll put the cup somewhere, and I'm like, okay, where did that thing go? I'll get another cup. Oh, I'm in the mood for this cup. Because all my mugs have a memory, because a lot of them are from Michigan or from where I graduated, Central Michigan University, or I went to a local art fair and a local artist made it. So there's a special thing about everything that I have. So I will admit that I do have some coffee mugs that sit out more than one.
I like that, but that's okay. Well, then you opened your joint checking account. So does he pay all the bills and you just
Okay, the thing that I wanted
to
the thing I wanted to clarify on that. Yeah, I think it's great that we have a mutual checking account to cover, the mutual household expenses and stuff like that. I told him though that I'd cover the food bill because I do all these cooking videos and everything, and he's after me all the time. You got too much cheese in the fridge, eh? You got too much cheese in the fridge. I'm like, no, I don't.
Yes.
Because I need a lot of cheese and I use a lot of cheese. I don't have a lot of cheese in the fridge. No.
Okay, I have to tell us something.
I went to the farmer's market. Did I get a lot of fruit? Yeah, okay. I will admit I went a little overboard coming back from Michigan at the farmer's market. But I'm like, okay, you got a meal on the table. That's all you need to worry about. Let me worry about the food.
Let's talk about the cheese for a second.
Right.
Okay. And honestly, I'm not sure if that's come up yet or not. I don't have notes on that, but I recognize hearing about Chris was complaining that you had too much, all these different cheeses, and you cook a lot. So
when you need Swiss, you need provolone, you need mozzarella.
He was saying
you need Parmesan, you need goat cheese, you need feta cheese. You know what I mean?
So I know it's coming up, or it was said that you have so much different cheese in the refrigerator. But I was talking to you on the phone, today's Thursday, Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
And Chris is in the background in your refrigerator, and he goes, Amy, we've got this cheese and this this one. And I'm like, is he still complaining about the cheese?
Oh, because I came home. You have to understand, I was gone for 13 days.
but the fact they captured that on film and now he's saying it again, it's like, dump the cheese, dude.
I just let it ride. I just let it ride. I'm like, yep, you like the meals on the table, don't you?
It was so funny.
Well, you need different cheeses though for what you made, and that's why
I have to share that.
That's why I cover the food bill, because it's like, no, I'm covering the food bill. You don't. I have foolishly bought too much and I have to throw something away. Now, see, some people are very much sticklers on the due date or Best Buy or whatever. I grew up. Now, this isn't always the case, but just because you have a little mold on it doesn't mean the whole thing is bad. You just scoop it out, and then you taste it, and it's like, oh no, this still tastes good, and I keep it.
You cut the piece off.
Yeah, see, that's what I did. But see, I also have parents that grew up in the Depression era. It's like you just don't throw out stuff because, you've never opened it and it's at Best Buy. Some due date.
Pam Sirianni Wilson said, oh man, the cheese thing. She goes through that too. And Cindy Bitto, Bitto, said she's from Wisconsin. You can never have too much cheese. So
I know. Isn't that the truth?
I love that.
Hey, I just want to make a note to everyone. I still want to, because I don't think we've gotten to these questions yet.
No, we're almost there. We're one thing away. If you all
want to stay on a little bit longer, I know it's 5:00. Usually this is only for an hour, but we're going to stay on a little bit longer because I really want to answer, because I am so, look at all this. I am so appreciative of all the questions you guys sent in. So.
Yeah. And we'll try to shorten our answers a little bit. We're getting a little reminiscent here. Okay. So last thing from episode 9 was the kids took Jackson sledding. And they went down that dangerous hill.
Great time. Yeah.
They had a great time, but were you scared when you first saw that he had flipped over?
No, no, I wasn't, because that was the first time I saw it. well, I get to preview the episodes. Not that I get to change anything, but we get to preview the episodes. But I thought, the intention was to have a great time. I mean, sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. And I think it's and the fact that Zach encouraged Jackson to do it one more time is exactly what I would have done. I was so proud that, Zach and Tori are great parents. Jeremy and Audrey are great parents. They don't succumb to their kids. Oh, I don't want to do it, or I don't want to eat that. They really either say, yes, you will, or they help them to understand why it's a good thing for them to get back on. So I thought it was a great time. I was like, and you didn't invite me? Like,
I know.
Like, what? We would have so loved to have gone. But this was really a family, a Zach and Tori and Jackson time, which was great.
Very cool.
Which was really great.
Okay, we're going to get to some questions from the audience and how this works.
Hang on. Zach and Tori are doing something that I wish I would have done. But I didn't have a whole lot of people watching, 3 other kids, is really spend some one-on-one time, doing something with just Jeremy, doing something with just Zach, something with Molly and Jacob. But anyway, they're doing great.
That's good. That's great. That's great. Well, the questions from the audience, what we do is during the week prior to our Facebook.
Okay, I can run this show. Can I run this show?
We reach out and ask for questions, and so we pull some of those. I know that Angela Sky on here just asked, where does she submit questions? So we do pull random. I'll try to look for your question on here as well.
Part of the reason we do them random is because there's so many questions that we have. Obviously, there's not enough time to answer all of them. And unfortunately, I wish I had time to see all of the questions that you guys on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. It goes by so fast. We just don't have time for that. So please reach out to contact me at Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen.
Yes, that's probably the best one.
Or maybe on one of my social media posts, Facebook or Instagram. I'll definitely try and answer as much as I can. So,
okay.
Number 1, from Judy Dixon. How did you plan your wedding? Well, how did I plan my wedding? Well, number 1, it's like, even though all my kids have gotten married and I've been involved in that, it's one of those things when it comes to yours, you're like, okay, what do I do? Like, wait a minute, what do I want? Like, what? So, I'm a very traditional kind of person when it comes to such a meaningful thing like this. So, we'll have an officiant. I want my family, my friends there. I want the wedding dress, Chris in a suit. You need a photographer, a caterer. You need flowers. I'm hoping. I only have so much of a budget I can afford all this. So I'm hoping to have as much flowers as I want because I just really love flowers. And so I don't know. It's just, you start off with the basics and then you fill it in with the details. But with Lisa and Deb's help, we're going to make it happen. Okay, on to the next one. Deb Kendall on IG, Instagram. I have a question. Will you be taking your new husband's last name? Okay, you know what? I might have to save that one. So that's for a later time.
Oh, okay.
Penny Hollingsworth from Instagram. What is your favorite vacation spot? Well, number 1, it's going to be Michigan. Anywhere in Michigan is my favorite vacation spot. But I tell you, one of the most favorite vacations that we did as a family, and that's one of the reasons I'm very, very thankful for doing this show, was going on the American Queen, a riverboat cruise along the Mississippi. And because that year that we did it, it flooded. We had to, coming back, we had to divert to the Ohio River, but it doesn't matter. My kids loved it. I loved it. It was a smaller ship. It was a riverboat cruise. We did these small little ports along the Mississippi River, Paducah, Kentucky, and it was just fabulous. We stopped off at Cincinnati, was our last stop. Of course, Matt and maybe the boys wanted to visit the Muhammad Ali museum type of
Which
thing.
is
And I'm
fine.
like, no, but I'm like, what, Muhammad Ali, he was a boxer. What do I care about that? If you guys are ever in Cincinnati, go to the museum. It says so much more about his life, what he did, what he wanted to do, than just boxing. It was so worth it. Anyway.
Yeah, his daughter's a big fan of your show and has reached out to us in the past. So that's
Oh,
pretty
no,
cool.
I would say go to the museum. If you are in Cincinnati, visiting Cincinnati, go to I believe it's the Muhammad Ali Museum. It says so much about his life. It totally changed my whole thought. Anyway.
Okay.
What's another one? Patricia Cook. Did you get your wedding dress? Yes, I did. It's not at my house. It's at my very good friend Debbie's house because she lives closest to me. And I go get my first fitting next week.
Woohoo!
Natalie Graham, Facebook. Are all of your kids and grandkids going to be at the wedding? Yes, they are. I am so excited. And you'll have to see about who may participate in that wedding. Rachel Miko, Facebook. Did you meal plan every week or make what you feel during the day? One grocery trip a week or multiple? Okay, does Chris get a say in the meantime? This is all about grocery shopping, meal planning, and everything like that. Tell you the truth, Chris is orderly. He's a little more precise than I am. Cooking to me is a joy. I love doing it. I love just, Sundays or Saturdays, I'll think about what am I in the mood for? What do I think I'm in the mood for the week? And I'll make my grocery list and think, okay, I want to make this one. I want to make this one. I want to make this one. But it could change that week. But I'll have the ingredients, but I'll have enough ingredients in my fridge or my pantry that if I do change what I'm thinking, I'm able to do that. So I'm not precise. I like to have the freedom of it's like when I do speaking. I have definitely a general outline. I know what I'm going to talk about. But after meeting people at the event, I might switch in a different story that I want to share or a different thought or something like that. And so that's how I think about grocery shopping.
Grab a few more, and then we can get on to talking about your dad, your visit with your dad.
Oh, yes. Caroline on Instagram. How do you feel about Chris and Matt being buddies? I don't think they're going to be buddies. They better not be best buddies. But I am grateful that Chris feels comfortable with Matt, being around him, especially when my kids are around and stuff like that. So that is what I'll be grateful for. Who was your maid of honor? We already mentioned that. That's Vicky on Instagram. Lisa is my maid of honor. Chambers Mimi. Will you and Chris go on a honeymoon? Yes, we will, but I'll tell you later where it may be. Pinky Banana Llama. How do you feel about being a grandma again? Well, if you haven't seen, Audrey is expecting, and I'm so excited for them because we'll see how many kids they want, but they kind of want a large family, but this is number 3 for them. So I'm so very excited.
So awesome.
Yeah. Jesse, what assumptions have people made about you that's not true? You know what, Jesse? I thought about that, and there are so many. I'm really going to have to give that a little more thought. So maybe on our next live, I might answer that question. But I think people make a lot of assumptions about when you're different, and especially even when you're different before you became a celebrity. And now that I'm a celebrity, what assumptions do they make? So I want to give that question a little more thought. How is the rest of your family that we don't get to see on TV? They're all doing great. There's lots of good things happening in Jacob and Isabel's life, but I don't think they really announced it on Instagram, so I'll tell you about that later. But there's also challenges, so I'm here to support and love them and encourage them. Molly and Joel are doing awesome. She got a new job, and Joel got a new job, so they're doing great. And of course, Jeremy and Audrey are doing wonderful. I mean, I say great, they're doing wonderful. It doesn't mean that they're not facing challenges and they don't have, moments that are kind of up and down.
Yeah.
But overall, they're doing wonderful.
And Izzy and Jacob are doing very well too.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe one more.
Hang on. Do you watch the Little People Big World episode before it airs on TV? I do get the privilege of previewing the episode before it does air, but I will tell you this. It does not mean, just because I get to see it, that I get to redo the whole thing from my perspective, or Matt, or anybody else. But I am grateful that I get to preview it as to this huge amount of footage that they get to, that they have, and the episode that they came up with.
Cool. Can I jump in on one? I want to say Happy birthday to Peter Otto. Today's his birthday. So happy birthday, Peter.
Oh, listen to this. Peter, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Woohoo. Okay. It looks like we have a few haters on here saying some rude comments, but you know what?
Like what? I want to know.
It went by too fast. Somebody was saying something, but you know what?
Well, you know what? That's part
to deal with that.
That is part of life too, and it's taken me a long time, but I am choosing to look a lot more inward as to, okay, what was my intention? What did I really want to happen? And if my intention was to do good, I think so many people's intentions are to do good. It doesn't mean it always turns out the right way or the best way. But if you can really go back and, like I told my kids that I coach, it doesn't matter about whether you win or lose, but if you can walk off that field and say and tell yourself, Coach, I really did the best I could. Hallelujah. So,
yes. Yeah.
That's how I look at life. If you go out and you can honestly say, I really did the best I can, or I could have done that better. Then own it. Just own it.
Kimberly Gaffman also has a birthday today, so happy birthday. Looks like we have a few people. Very cool.
Yeah. You know what? For a woman, I say, Kim, happy birthday. And always remember, you're beautiful all the time.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to give the code for the candle giveaway right now, just because we're going on 5/13. And then we can talk a little bit about your visit with your dad, and then just close. If you guys are all good with that, that'd be great. So the code for the contest is, drum roll please, heat wave. If you type heat wave into the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter, the YouTube, we're going to pick 4 winners, and we'll each get a 4-pack of soy candles that are made right here in the Pacific.
And again, the code is heat wave.
Heat wave.
Like it's too hot, like heat wave.
Heat wave. Yeah. Or even the music group Heat Wave. I don't know if anyone remembers that back in the day, but they were pretty good too. So, okay, put in heat wave. We have somebody randomly going through the comments, and we'll
give it a moment, so people have a chance.
Yeah, we can talk about your dad.
One of the questions that was given to me was, what places and sites do you recommend visiting in Michigan?
Oh,
well, I've been out of Michigan for so long that I feel like a tourist, but it also depends on where you are at. If you are in the Detroit area, there's lots of great places in Detroit, food places, the Riverwalk. One of the things that I went back and did a number of years ago was visit the Henry Ford Museum. I would so recommend going to that. I was impressed. It was a fabulous, fabulous museum. So the Henry Ford Museum there. There's Greenfield Village. There's a lot of good places in Ann Arbor. I can't remember what's in Grand Rapids. Sleepy Bear Dunes, which if you think you live on the ocean, you have never seen. Sorry, I had a phone call. You have never seen
I can't hear you.
sand.
Oh,
What?
there, now I can hear you.
You have never seen sand like you do at Sleepy Bear Dunes. It's on the Lake Michigan side. The Lake Superior, go to Whitefish Point, see the Shipwreck Museum. When I visited my dad in Michigan, I was so happy. This is a trip that my mom and him always talked about doing, but they never did. And I think it made my, I'm getting some sound back here. It was a trip that my mom and dad never did, but that was to go visit Pictured Rocks. It's on Lake Superior. Between Grand Marnier and Munising, gorgeous coastline. It's well-known, gorgeous coastline. Great Lakes, Lake Superior. But anyway, my dad and I got to do Pictured Rocks together, and I posted some pictures on my Instagram and everything like that. But I was just so happy to be able to share that moment with him and just be with him. My dad is 92. I'm so hoping that he'll be able to make it to the wedding. But I am sorry that I'm not going to be there in Michigan when my brother is visiting with his family, because I haven't seen my nieces in a long time and some other friends and family members there. But I was just really grateful to have a daughter-dad time. So anyway, it was a great visit with my father. But Pictured Rocks is another thing. Mackinac Island is another one. What is on Lake Huron? Anyway, lots of great places. It's Pierre, Michigan.
Very cool. Very cool. North Dakota heat wave. Yeah, I bet it's hot there right now. I had somebody say that. So very cool. All right. Well, Amy.
Frankenmuth. Someone said Frankenmuth, Michigan.
Yes.
I think that's a great place. That is like Christmas all year long. And in speaking of that, we were in Munising. Because of the lack of time, I so wanted to go to Christmas, Michigan. There's a town, Christmas, Michigan. Oh, I'm so bummed. I tell you, 13 days was not enough. 13 days, meaning 2 of them are travel days. So you really had 11 days there. You guys, if I had a month, I would be just, traveling my home state. South Carolina, 95 degrees. Hi from Quebec, Canada.
Wow. Very cool.
Blue Mountain, Ontario, Canada.
Minnesota, April Shell said it's really hot in Minnesota. Ooh.
Oh, I bet it is. They get the winters, Escanaba, Michigan. They get the winters, in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan and stuff, but their summers end up being hot. And yeah, there's a few bugs, but you know what? If you live in Florida, look at that. You get hurricanes and alligators and cockroaches. I mean, there is something everywhere.
Everywhere. It's kind of mild here. Not as
Saskatchewan, Canada. I've been there. Richmond, Kentucky, I believe someone said. Wisconsin in 68 today. Oh, the Pocono Mountains. I believe that's in Pennsylvania. I so want to do there. You guys, I'm a Midwest girl at heart. Whenever I get to retire, I want to visit so much in the Midwest. So much.
I know. Well, just to kind of wrap it up, let's talk about what you're doing for cooking right now, because I know people watch your cooking videos, and you're just doing an amazing job keeping up with those.
Well, first of all, I really want to apologize because Naveed, who is helping us do this live, he posted a lot of videos, and I fell so behind on getting the recipes out there. So I apologize for that. All the recipes are out there for the videos now, so I'm so thankful for that. I think the thing I have to do, because It's not exactly that I wing it. I do have an idea of the recipe, but I need to write that recipe down so that when I'm actually doing it, I can write little notes of add-ins or deletions, so it's not so difficult to remember. Okay, I got to watch my video again. What did I do? So anyway, I am thrilled because we did do a post about a week or two ago asking who would want to, do like a Zoom cooking video. So we picked some people from that.
Oh,
I hope to do
yes.
that. I hope to do that a little more often. But I have picked like a avocado quinoa blueberry salad with arugula and spinach, which I think it's going to be really good. It's one of those salads that I think if you wanted to make it more into a meal, you can add in a fish, whether it be shrimp, salmon, or even chicken. I don't think this salad would really work with beef or pork, um, but I think it'll work great with more of your lighter meats like chicken or a fish. Anyway,
I can't
so
wait.
I'm doing that Monday, so look for it. I think that'll be on my cooking thing, won't it, Lisa?
Film it Monday with the people who had entered into the, yeah.
No, but it should be on Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen on the YouTube and all that, right? I think
Well,
so.
we're not doing it live. We're going to film it and then produce it and put
Well,
it out.
none of it is really live. I don't do my cooking videos live.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So
we're
I
going
think
to
it's
film it Monday.
so I'm gonna film it Monday with the select few who invited a friend, and they can either watch me do it or they can do it along with me. But that'll be up there. But I'm trying to get out as many of like these summer recipes that I enjoy. So hopefully, when I was in Michigan and visiting my sister and my dad, my sister and I had some glasses, well, I should say several glasses of wine, sister chat. And it's kind of like what Lisa and I do. She brought over these, they were prepackaged, but I'm going to come up with a recipe of my own, shrimp burgers. So think of like a crab cake. I tell you, I was impressed. It was very, very good. So I'm going to come up with either a shrimp cake or a shrimp burger. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but I'm coming up with one of those because I loved it so much. I'm like, oh, I can do a redo on this one. So anyway,
That
so I'm just
sounds
trying to
delish.
think
I
of
would love
some.
that.
I like summer desserts to be light and easy. Like I said, I'm going to put out it's a good recipe, but it's going to be kind of like a bloopers. Um, Berry galette, meaning I had strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries in it. So
Yeah.
if you don't want to go through the few extra steps to make a pie, do a galette. Perfect. Definitely, if I haven't done it yet, I'm going to do a peach cobbler, my peach bourbon pie. I'm going to come out because cherry pie is Chris's favorite. I have a recipe for it, but I never did a video. So I'm going to make a cherry pie. I don't know. I'm not really a griller. Oh, but I did make this wonderful pulled pork, but it was on the fly. I made it so quick. I didn't do the video for it. So I'm going to give you my recipe for pulled pork. All you Southerners, like in Alabama and Tennessee and Mississippi and anywhere really, you probably could make a very good pulled pork, but I'm going to give you my version.
So Kathy Lynn Hope, our friend from.
Oh yes, Kathy.
Yes, hey, she's cousin to Randy Owen from the
group Alabama.
Anyway, she asked if either one of us had tried fried chicken livers. Have you tried those?
I have never had liver in my life. My mom did not like liver. I don't think my dad liked liver. So all my friends who said, oh yeah, we got to have liver and onions for dinner, I'm like, guess what? I've never had that. I don't think I really want to try it.
Me either. I used to cook them for my friend's dachshund dog when they'd go on vacation. He would get chicken livers and cottage cheese for dinner, and I'd have to cook it.
If Kathy Lynn Hope, if you're still watching, share with me one of your favorite recipes.
Yeah,
Or
send us.
Alabama
Give it
recipe
away.
or something, because I would love to recreate it or love to do it verbatim on the recipe. That would be so fun.
Yeah, we'll prove everybody wrong and the talk out there about liver.
Well, it doesn't have to be the chicken liver. It can be something else.
Well, let's get a recipe because maybe she's got something
Yeah.
really good.
And I think
Okay.
I love my fried chicken sandwich. I'm going to try a different way to do that. So if I do, I'll share it with you guys as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, we've got 4 winners. I'm going to talk about first just thank you for watching today. We've had fun as usual. We love having you guys. You're our community. You're our just getting together.
You know what everyone is? It's a wonderful world.
And I said to myself, it's a wonderful world. All right.
Because it is.
Yes. So try our fudge. We have our fudge for summer's Oregon berry and Oregon hazelnut mocha fudge. We've got some great summer items.
And that will probably only go for the rest of July, maybe August, and then we're going to get into our fall.
Well, and then you've got your MVP necklace on, which is so cool.
Oh, watch out, people, because we're going to have a couple of new T-shirts that really mean a lot to me. But yeah, the MVP, matter, value, purpose. I wear this. I never take it off because even if I do something wrong, even if I do something great, it always reminds me that I matter, I have value, I have purpose, but not only do I, but so does everyone else.
Yeah, very cool. And we've got coffee. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we do have coffee on our website. It's a special blend that Amy and I picked out from the local roaster here in Oregon. So that's pretty
We might switch that out. I would love to go to him and see if we can maybe try a new blend for us.
Let's get some new stuff. Okay. And all of that is on amyroloffslittlekitchen.com. And okay, I'm going to announce the winners. We had the code word was heat wave. And I don't know if anybody knew that group back in the day. They had a song called Always and Forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, with you. That song. Anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that a good song? I got to listen to that song. Is that a good wedding song?
Yes. Yes. What are we thinking? And we figured it out here. Okay.
Write that down.
Okay. That was one of my favorite songs back in the day. Okay, here we go. We've got Alicia Gonzalez off of YouTube, Hilton D from Facebook, Melinda Jane from Twitter, and Army Vet Mom from Instagram. Please email me at arlittlekitchen@gmail.com.
Repeat those names again, though, Lisa.
I'll repeat them. And let me know that you were selected and send me your contact information so we can mail out a 4-pack of soy natural candles. Alicia Gonzalez from YouTube, Hilton D, D-E-A, off of Facebook, Melinda Jane from Twitter, and Army Vet Mom from Instagram. Congratulations, and I hope you guys enjoyed our little get together today, and cheers. We can say a little cheers at the end, and I guess we'll be back next month.
Well, maybe. I think we'll probably be back either towards the end of the month or early August, and then we probably won't be back until September because I've got a wedding to plan.
That wedding's that's the big deal. That's the deal of the month in August. So yeah.
So either
we'll let you know.
Yeah, end of July or early August. I'm not sure we're able to do it every other week during the summertime.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But keep watching the shows. There's quite a few episodes for this season. I think
there is. There's a lot more than I thought. There's like 4 or 5 left.
14 episodes this season. Usually there are 9 or 10.
Yeah, so I think there's like 5 more left.
Yeah.
4 or 5. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining us on our live. I so appreciate it. I just hope it's just a fun time. I'm not here to, talk about heavy stuff or anything. There's a lot going on in the world. I just want this to be a great time, fun time, interesting time. So, yes,
Yep.
please share me your questions on our next live. I would love that.
Yes, and Hilton D just asked, so I'm going to repeat it. Amy, AR Little Kitchen. So the first thing is AR Little Kitchen at gmail.com. That's who you email, which would be me, and that's for Alicia Gonzalez, Hilton D, Melinda Jane, and Army Vet Mom. All right?
So you guys, I just want to thank you so much for joining us. I so appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching the show. But
Yes.
both Lisa and I truly believe this is a worldwide community. Yes, we may not have ever met, but just like when I was in 5th grade, in fact, my pen pal is coming out to my wedding. I met her when I was in 5th grade, and pen pals were a big thing back then. And we've stayed in contact all these years. She's from Michigan. And so this is what I think this community can. You guys are all a bunch of pen pals. And I love hearing about you. And I so appreciate you guys so interested in my family and my life as well. So
yes.
Thank you.
And hi to Hot Wheels. That was a quick one at the end there.
Hi to Hot Wheels.
Remember to be kind, think kind, and stay kind.
Yep. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of the week.
Take care.
And until next time, see you later.
Bye.
Love you all.
Love you all.